Are you still sending out cold DMs like these? Yes. Are you booking at least 4 to 10 qualified calls every single week? No. Well, you probably shouldn't be wondering, because cold DMs are literally one of the worst ways to get clients for your agency. Like, really. Because look at this, man. Like, this is shit. Like, look at these people, random ass people reaching out. Everybody looking the exact same. Some people using GIFs for follow-up. Cool, that's cute. That's a cute dog right there. But nothing really that will make me want to respond to any of these, because my DMs are literally flooded every single day, just like this. Now, you're probably thinking, well, if not cold DMs, then what am I supposed to do instead? Don't worry, I'll walk you through exactly why you should stop sending cold DMs like today, and I'll show you another cold outreach strategy that works so much better than cold DMs, and it will allow you to book multiple qualified calls every single day. I in fact use it to scale my own content agency from $3,000 a month to $18,000 a month in just 6 weeks. Look, the reason why cold DMs don't work is very simple, okay? There are a couple pros with cold DMs, but the cons outweigh the pros by a lot. First of all, it's super easy to get started with. All you need is a phone and 2 fingers and a brain that's like kind of working, and you can already send cold DMs to people. There is really no skill required with this, and it's very easy to source leads, because you literally just have to go into Instagram, just like all these people right here did. Search up, I don't know, fitness coach or whatever your niche is, and pick out a couple of them and send your message to those people. It's so easy to do. But the problem now is, because it is so easy to do, everybody is doing it. Like, I am so flooded. These are my DMs like every single day, and it is impossible to stand out. Like, do you see, like, is there like any reason why I should respond or even read the message from one of these compared to another? Like, nah, like I'm not gonna read any of them. It's impossible to stand out, and you get incredibly low response rates. Like, you have to send hundreds and hundreds of these cold DMs to get any good substantial conversations going. And in the process of doing that, you're actually burning through a bunch of leads that you could have ended up working with if you would have reached out in a different way. Like, you just have no chance of doing anything again. Like, you sent the message now. I mean, yeah, you can unsend it technically, but you don't want to go through hundreds of DMs that you sent and unsend them again to get a second chance. You don't. You send a bad message, it's over. You burned that lead. And if you've ever sent a cold DM a day in your life, then you will know exactly what I mean by prospects treat you like shit. Like, even when you do get a response here and there, every now and again, most of the time those responses literally just tell you to fuck off. Okay, like, get out my DMs, not interested, thank you, but no, fuck off, I don't want this. Okay, and obviously that will kind of mess up your morale. Like, you don't want to keep sending messages to people that tell you to fuck off. And if you want to have the tiniest chance of people not telling you to fuck off, then you need to have a super optimized profile, which takes a lot of money, time, and effort, because you need to have thousands of followers, which you probably don't have right now. You need to have a bunch of content on there, which you probably don't have right now. And you need to have a blue check, which you might not have right now. And nobody really wants to put in months and months of work or thousands of dollars of ad spend to build up an account like that just to be able to do cold DMs, where you're gonna get treated like shit most of the times, regardless of the fact that you have an optimized profile. So it's really not gonna be worth it. Plus, you don't want to be waiting months. You want to get clients right now. And the last right here is like that you can't really do follow-ups with the IG DMs, because there's this new, not really new, it's been an old feature now, where when you send a DM once, you only can request people to actually, answer to you and have a conversation with you. So when you send one, it's over. No chance to follow up. And because people get so many DMs every single day, you actually end up being at the bottom by the end of the day, and you don't have no way to send another message and get to the top again unless you create another account. And so you're always going to be there, and it's done. You had one chance, send a trash DM, you mess it up. Okay, that lead is gone. All right, so we get it. Cold DMs are shit. What do we do instead? Now, the answer is with a very specific outreach strategy. It involves looms. Okay, looms are just some personalized videos that we send out to our prospects, where we show them some kind of strategy that they really enjoy and that kind of blows their mind. Like, think about the last YouTube video that you watched that you were like, wow, this is amazing. We want to basically send out something like that to our prospects. It's a big ass thumb that people just have to click on, and there can be text above right here, and there can be text at the bottom, and a really good email copy around this, so people actually click on this. So now to understand how exactly this loom method works and why it works so well, I will show you the exact results we got with them in just a second. We need to do a quick excursion into the human psychology. I want to demonstrate how we as humans work on a fundamental level, and how you can use a primal survival instinct to trick anyone to actually wanting to book a call with you. And I mean literally anyone, because I've used this exact method to book calls with some of the biggest influencers in the US, millions and millions and millions of followers. All right, so imagine a scenario. You're in a cafe, you're sitting down, and you're about to drink and eat some stuff, okay? You're happy. Then the waitress comes, puts the menu on the table and goes away without saying anything. You look through it and decide to order a cappuccino and a pistachio croissant. But the waitress messed up your order. She brought you black coffee and a plain ass croissant instead, and you're starting to get pissed. You tell her it's the wrong order. She gets you the right thing, but you're kind of annoyed at this point, and you just want to leave and then eat your stuff and get the fuck out of there, okay? Once you're done with everything, the waitress actually comes and asks you if you want a tip with that little screen that she holds in your face. And you hit that big fat no tip button. Now instead, imagine that you're in an Italian restaurant. The waitress comes with a menu and immediately makes some personalized recommendations based on what you like. And you decide to order the chef's special homemade Alfredo pasta that she recommended. All the while, the lady who's serving you is super nice. She's smiling throughout. She even brings you some extras that you didn't order as small gifts for you to try. At the end, she asks how everything was and you give her a big fat tip. Alright, so now what does it all mean? Cool. Super simple. The DMs are the food that you didn't ask for. The food that you did not order. Okay? You just don't want it, and you don't want to give that person anything else, no tips, because it feels like they're only taking from you without giving you a good service first. That's exactly how it feels like when people are trying to book calls with you over DMs. It just feels like they're taking away from you, taking your attention, they're taking your time, they want to book a call, they just ask you for shit. And why would you do this person a favor if all they did was just annoy you, just like that waitress, by wasting your time and sending you a useless message? And so the personalized approach and the gifts from the waitress represent the loom, and the tip she's getting is the call, because you're more than happy to actually give it to her. So the key is we need to make people feel reciprocity, just like you would in a situation. Like you would literally feel like a shitty person if you wouldn't give this waitress a tip. So the goal with this video right here is to not make somebody an offer, but to literally give them so much value that when they watch it, feel like a shitty person if they just keep ignoring you. So they have to respond. They just feel like they have to respond or book a call with you. And the reason why this feeling of reciprocity is actually a primal instinct that we have is because back in the day, like way back, people and humans survived when they were in groups. And the only way you were able to be in a group is if there was a give and take. People give something and they take something. But if somebody only took and they never gave back, they were actually excluded from their group, which led to their genes literally dying. Okay, and back then maybe it was sharing food of an animal that you just killed, and maybe today is giving your neighbor some cookies that brought you cake last week. And so we can use that feeling of wanting to give back to people when they give us something and do us a favor to our advantage with the outreach that we're doing. So just to clarify, this is just a 3 to 4 minute personalized video that you actually record and send out to your prospects. Okay, you don't ask them if you want to see a video, you just send the fucking video in the first message, and you give them so much value and you blow their minds in that video. And here are the pros with that method, with examples of responses that people got to their looms all along. Okay, so the first pro, nobody's doing it. Okay, literally nobody's doing it, and especially nobody is doing it right. If I do get a loom every once and again, that loom is absolute shit. And so you stand out. Like, look at these responses from other people. Thanks so much for your email. I've received many emails like this before, and I usually don't pay much attention, blah blah, and wrote a whole paragraph wanting to jump on the call, and that the video was amazing. Okay, looms doing their magic again. Hey, made very impressive effort to get someone's attention and get work. Appreciate the hustle. All looks good. Whatever. Hey Dario, normally I would totally ignore this type of stuff, but I can see you're very creative and clearly a good marketer, so I'd be interested in having a conversation. Or, hey Timothy, I received dozens of cold emails and DMs per week, and this is the best one I've received in a long time, so I'm actually going to respond. Kudos to you, as personalized looms are gold. Bro, if people respond to your outreach like that, you know that they usually would have not responded to you. You know this lead would have been a goner if you wouldn't have reached out in this kind of a way. Second pro is that people genuinely appreciate you. I know it's hard to believe if you've only been sending cold DMs so far, but people can actually appreciate you reaching out to them. Let me give you an example. Wow, Jack, amazing. Thank you. What a way to reach out. Very impressive. I would like to chat. You just want to hop on a call, you can read the rest. I don't care. Hello Imran, thank you so much for reaching out to me. I just watched your video. Like, they thanking me for reaching out. That's insane. I just watched your video and I appreciate you taking the time to create it. I have interest, whatever. Can we make some time? Let's have a chat and conversations. Hi Imran, thanks so much for the video. I appreciate all the detail, like your Dominion vibe. Read the rest. I don't care. I'm open to a meeting. Okay, people appreciate you for reaching out to them. They don't treat you like absolute shit. They don't treat you like a gum stuck on the bottom of their shoes, bro. Next pro, people are actually kind of pre-sold when they watch that video, because when they see that strategy, they're kind of already like, wow, this makes a lot of sense. I should really do this. And so you can see this right here as an example. So somebody responded. This is the first response that they gave to the loom. You can read the rest, but at the end right here, it says, let me know your availability so we can figure this thing out and get it going. Like, this dude is talking about getting it going without having a sales call, just off of the loom, because they're so pre-sold on the idea and they love what you shared in that video. Okay, next pro, it builds way more trust and you actually get quality replies. Okay, and the reason why it builds way more trust, it's because it's not just some words on a black screen on Instagram right here, like a message like this, and a random profile picture with a profile that's probably private when you click on it, but it's actually your face, it's your voice, you're a real human being. Like, people want to buy from people. They don't want to just read a message that they can't even associate with any human being, and just like text, it's just text, okay? It's just text on the screen. And so when you become a human being, not only does it become harder for them to ignore you, and they actually have feelings and they can actually appreciate you, but they also respond in a way better way. Some examples right here. These looms are hitting hard. Just had a guy reply his whole story in pain points. Like, look at this long ass email, okay? It's crazy. Hi everyone, wow. Thanks so much for following up and for the video. Candidly speaking, I've been in it. I don't know. You're right. I'm not making those shorts and I don't love them at all. Like, it's just like people sharing their actual thoughts. Booked another call yesterday night. The guy even shot a loom to respond to the one I sent him, going over his exact situation and pain. But it's crazy. Somebody else responded with a loom and said, let's jump on a call, okay? So the next pro, as if it wasn't obvious, you have super high reply and booking rates, okay? Like, incredibly high reply and booking rates. I'm talking like 30-50% reply rate off of these looms. You can see this right here. Got a response back today. Send me your calendar link. Laughing, bro, look at this. Send me your calendar link. Thank you for the video. Or you can see right here, hi Dario, yes, let's book. Short and simple, straight to the point. Also, thanks for reaching out, taking the time, whatever. When are you free to talk? Like, people ask you, when are you free to talk? They don't even, like, you don't have to have them book in on your calendar and you're kind of stressing out. Maybe if they ghost you and they don't book, they actually ask you, when do you have time, dude? Or Alex right here, hey bro, just want to say that 2 out of 20 looms that he's sent out so far, both got great responses. Meetings booked for both. Let's go, bro, just gotta close now. So it means that he sent 2 looms, his first 2 looms, and already booked 2 meetings, which is nuts. Or Kamal right here, hey everyone, hope you're all having a blessed day. After sending out 29 looms, it's just not a lot at all. Think about it, like 29 DMs. I'm excited to share that I've closed 2 sales. Huge thank you to me for all the support and guidance. Appreciate you, Omar. I love doing it. But yeah, like, I mean, you can see this is amazing. You also have way more leverage with this, because when you show that loom, people know that you actually have something that they want, and now it's harder for them to let you go. And so they actually want to book a call, they actually ask you questions about how to make stuff work, okay? And so what are the results that we're getting from this? You don't have to send that many of these out. Really, like, you really don't have to, because you get such high response and booking rates. It's like a quality over quantity approach. Like, you don't need that many leads, you don't have to send that many, and you get a bunch of calls booked. Like, I literally only sent out 693 emails of those. I closed 31 clients from this, 17 of them being high tickets, so anywhere between $1,000 and $4,000 and that added about $42,500 monthly recurring revenue to my business, just from 693 emails, which I know is probably hard to believe. And so, because it probably is, I will show you some other examples from other people who did the exact same thing. So you can see right here already, Matt, Loom Outreach has been a game changer. Thank you, Imran. Booked 11 calls so far and closed 4. 3K collected up front, $32,000 in potential revenue in the next 4 months as the retainers pay out. Or Ben right here, hey all, you can read everything, but I basically booked a 12K offer with looms, feeling very fucking pumped over the next for the next 100 looms. Let's fucking go. Moise right here, he closed 4 clients from 11 calls that he booked with the looms. Obviously Kamara showed her above. Levi, client paid off his outstanding balance, so he's paid £2,000 this month. This is the first client I've got from Loom Outreach. Whatever, read the rest, I don't care. Or right here, Mohammed, hi everyone. Just to say, with 75 looms that I've sent, I've booked 21 calls for the next 2 weeks. He sent 75 looms and booked 21 calls. That is wild, okay? And I know he already closed like one for $1,500 a month the week before. And then quick update a couple days later. Hi everyone, just to say that with the 21 calls that was planned, I was able to close 3, which added basically $5,500 in monthly recurring revenue at the end of the month. It added 5.5K a month to their business. And the only reason he only closed 3 out of 21 was because his no-show rate was pretty high, because he did not have any reminders for pre-qual sequence worked out, which cost him a bunch of money. But I'm sure if you're kind of decent at sales and you have a decent pre-qual sequence, you will close way more than 3 out of 21 calls. So there was more potential, but I mean, dude, adding 5.5K in revenue and recurring revenue in 2 weeks, it's still crazy. And then even more right here, didn't record looms for a while, got back into it last week and just sold a client for 2K a month retainer. Looms are doing their magic as always. Looms are magic in fact. But you're probably thinking, well, it can't just be all that perfect. Okay, there have to be some cons. And yes, there are. You're completely right. Okay, the 2 cons right here, it's not easy. Okay, It's not easy to stand in front of the camera, show your face, your voice, make yourself look presentable, and actually record that video. It's not easy, and not everybody is going to do it. And it definitely takes more effort and time to like copy and paste a cold DM, changing their names and acting like it's personalized, because it's definitely not. So yes, it is not as easy and it takes more time and effort, but that's actually a pro, because that just means, as you see, nobody is doing it. And so if you do it and you put in the effort and you put in a little bit of time, you will really stand out, and you book all these calls that all these people right here are totally missing out on. And when you're in a position where you literally only can send out 75 of them, which takes maybe like 4 or 5 days of sending, and you book 21 calls, so you literally just book a call on average every 3.5 emails, then it is worth putting in that time, I would argue. So this Loom method versus cold DMs, I think there's a clear winner. Now I have to be honest with you. Okay, for this Loom method to work, everything has to be dialed in. Meaning you have to use a very specific Loom structure. What you say in the Loom is super important. How you say things in the Loom is super important. Like just the tone is important. Literally the email copy around this Loom that you sent the Loom out on is super important. The way we sent the Looms to make sure that they actually see it, we have something called a omni-social sending system, where we send it over each platform with very specific follow-ups, so these people that we sent the Loom out to actually see it and then respond to us. The subject line of the email has to be a very specific way, and how do you even source high quality leads to send out to in the first place is also a very important question. So I have another video linked in the description that goes into some of these things in way more detail, but if you have any other questions about any of the stuff and how to actually make this work really well, you can just DM me on Instagram, because once you get this right, it is one of the most consistent way of getting multiple high ticket clients every single week. So do this, go ahead and implement. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.